Hello there! Hope you are well and welcome to another Girls Frontline 2 Exilium video. So we have been all playing this game for more than a month now, and suffice to say, we have at least equipped and calibrated an attachment set for our tactical dolls. And the main place where we can get the attachments from are in targeted study supply mission. Now we know there is a selection of attachment sets. You can choose which set bonus will be affixed on the attachment once they are dropped, which begs the question, why Phase Strike? Before I proceed, this is not meant to be an argument or debate video, as that is not my intention. This is more of an understanding or sharing info on why the specific attachment set Phase Strike. Consider this like a tip specific video. Anyway, enter Phase Strike. What is Phase Strike? The in-game description indicates deals 15% increased damage to targets with Phase Element Debuffs. 15% is not a bad percentage for damage increase. In fact, anything more than 10% is the standard good enough for additional damage boost. By just reading that description is an enough reason for you to get Phase Strike. You just need to target enemies who have the Phase Element debuffs, and any damage that you deal will be increased by 15%. What is Phase Element? These are the literal elements of the game: burn, hydro, electric, freeze, and corrosion. The Phase Element is factored in a lot of ways, such as being a weakness, type of damage, a buff, or a debuff. What is Phase Element Debuff? If a buff exists, then a debuff also exists. A debuff can range into different things, but Phase Element debuffs are the focus in this one. An example of Phase Element debuff is Conductivity. Conductivity, a debuff that converts damage taken to paralysis. Paralysis, a debuff that disallows the use of basic and active skills. If you notice the description of these, they all indicate the Phase Element debuff in the end. How to apply a Phase Element debuff? Specific dolls have active skills that apply Phase Element debuffs to the enemy. Hello Mosin. Mosin has an active skill, Target Victory. Target Victory is a targeted active skill that deals physical damage to an enemy and applies Conductivity. If electric damage is dealt, applies paralysis instead of conductivity. This is just for Mosin. Other dolls have their own ways of applying a Phase Element debuff. How to check if the enemy has Phase Element debuff? While in a mission, make sure you have not selected any of your dolls. Now click or tap on an enemy. You will notice there are tons of icons on top of the enemy's name. Click or tap on the icon toolbar on top of the enemy's name, and it should expand a detailed list of buffs and debuffs. Debuffs will have red icons, and you can check if the enemy has a debuff that indicates Insert Phase Element Debuff. Of course, also make sure that you have done an action with one of your dolls and have successfully used a skill that inflicts a Phase Element debuff to the enemy. Now, why Phase Strike? You see, Phase Strike is an easy attachment set bonus to activate, and most of your dolls inflict Phase Element debuffs with their active skills. You do not even need the doll who equips Phase Strike on their gun to have skills that inflict Phase Element debuffs. You can have another doll to use a skill that inflicts a Phase Element debuff on behalf of the Phase Strike doll. If your Phase Strike doll can inflict Phase Element debuff, even more convenient. It is an easy 15% damage increase for all of your dolls' active damage skills if they target an enemy with Phase Element debuff. Phase Strike is good for dolls whose all active skills are not Phase Elemental. Think of Nemesis, for example. Only her ultimate skill deals corrosion damage, and the rest of her skills deal physical damage. Another phrase we can take away from why Phase Strike is, when in doubt, use Phase Strike. Out of the 12 attachment sets available, Phase Strike is the most applicable and easy because everyone can use it. It is not like once you have equipped an attachment set, you cannot change your attachment set anymore. Luckily in this game, it does not cost you anything for unequipping or changing attachments. Anyway, that is all I wanted to talk about really on why Phase Strike. I wanted to try not prolonging the details and just stick with the main points of the topic. Thank you so much for stopping by on this video. I appreciate you, and I also hope you are having a lovely nice day, fellow Commander.